clubhouse. Did Molly mean that she was going to give the friend a tour of her house? It was attached to the back of the building, so I could see how she would have misspoken. Nova's sister is arriving in the morning on Saturday, and he won't be back from the run until late. He asked me and Molly to keep her company. Bridget explained. Makes sense, I agreed. Nova needs you to be her bodyguard, huh? Little bit? Molly's chest puffed out, and she gave me a cute glare as she did a decent jab to my chest. Totally. I'll keep all the drooling bastards away from her. Bridget gasped while I choked and coughed from holding in my burst of laughter. Molly started pounding me on the back with an overly concerned frown. Jared Mackenzie! Bridget shouted as she stomped down the hallway that led to the Prez's office. Glancing back over her shoulder, she asked, Can you watch Molly for a few minutes? I nodded because I still couldn't speak. I got this, Mommy, Molly announced confidently. And that was how the big, badass biker called Uncle Dax ended up skipping around the clubhouse, pretending to be a noble steed carrying his princess. 2 days later. I walked up to the kitchen and a heavenly scent floated to my nose. Inhaling deeply, I wondered what the girls were baking today. Bridget, Kat, and some of the other old ladies liked to experiment in the kitchen. The results were always delicious, but this smell was different somehow. Strolling into the large room, I halted abruptly in my tracks when I found myself staring at the most perfect ass I'd ever seen in my life. All the blood in my body rushed straight to my groin. The woman's skirt was so short, I could see a hint of her lacy white panties until she pulled something out of the oven and stood. It was hot as fuck, but then my mood immediately soured at the realization that if I'd seen them, anyone else could have too. But I was distracted from my unexpected moment of lunacy, who was jealous of a chick they'd never even met, by the sensuous movement of her body. The tray held cookies, yet I immediately knew the mouth-watering aroma I'd smelled before was her. Her body was lean and sleek, medium height. She had long, dark brown hair that hung in soft waves to the top of her ass. When she turned to set the tray on the counter and give me a view of her profile, I sucked in a sharp breath at how fucking beautiful she was. The sound must have drawn her attention because she turned toward me and I promptly swallowed my tongue. She had big, twinkling brown eyes, a cute nose, and a rosebud mouth that was meant to be wrapped around my shaft. Her tits were small but perfectly shaped for my hands. She was thin but not skinny, all toned muscle and smooth tan skin. Her hips still had the sweetest swell, and I knew they would be perfect for one of my hands to hold, while the other yanked her gorgeous long hair as I pumped my cock into her tight pussy. I shook my head, trying to dispel the images before my big, hard dick broke through my jeans and scared the shit out of her. She smiled as her gaze swept over me. When her eyes returned to my face, they were filled with heat. That was the moment she sealed her fate. This woman was mine. I didn't care who I had to go through to have her. In the end, she would be wearing my cut and ring, while carrying my baby in her belly. Dax, I managed to grunt. Pardon? She asked with a sweet giggle. I cleared my throat and sauntered over to lean against the counter a foot or so from her. I'm Dax. Oh, right, I know. She blushed, and it was sexy as fuck. I'm Arya. And just like that, the world crashed and burned around me. Fuck. This was Nova's sister, his almost 18-year-old sister. I should have turned on my heel and walked out, left her behind and forgot all about her. I should have done a lot of things, everything but what I did. Instead, I closed the distance between us and cupped her neck, pulling her in for a quick but deep kiss. It would have to hold me for a couple of months. When I pulled back, her eyes were glazed, her skin flushed, and her lips a little swollen.